Get ready for the unpredictable and also unconventional show, Random.
From trending topics to honest conversations and various social media comments, Randoms have it all.
No topic is off limit, no comment is too weird.
Join me, Sharon Ajay, and my co-host,
Ogotchukwu Mobno, every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m.
Buckle up and enjoy the Randoms Ride.
Suicide is not an option, it is destructive. And when you feel like giving up, remember the reason why you held on for so long. Hello and welcome to another episode of Randoms. It's the first for the month of February, and I guess it's safe to say happy new month of love. It is called a month of love. Well, I am your host, Ogotchukwu Mobno, and I'm not alone in the studio. You know, as we do it, Sharon Ajay is here with us.
Hiya.
Sharon, how are you doing today?
Well, you said it's the month of love. So if I say I'm not doing well, then there is a problem. I'm doing amazingly well. I'm counting down to 14th of February, by the way.
Really?
Of course.
So you have a bar?
No, I just want to celebrate with people on the internet, you know.
Good, it's good. You look good, by the way. I love your hairstyle.
Thank you.
All right, a US-based Nigerian cardiologist, Dr. Ikenna Erinne, reportedly held his estranged partner and their children hostage at gunpoint for 3 hours before taking his own life. When police arrived, his father-in-law, Francis Van Laere, has alleged. The tragic death of the 36-year-old cardiologist has sparked intense debates and widespread reactions from Nigerians, both at home and abroad. Initially believed to have taken his own life due to financial strain from a $15,000 monthly child support ruling, new revelations suggest that his final moments were far from disturbing. Francis Van Laere, the father of Erinne's estranged partner, has alleged that before his suicide, the deceased doctor held his daughter and grandchildren hostage at gunpoint for 3 hours. He ultimately turned the weapon on himself when police arrived. Van Laere, a socialite and public figure, made this claim on his official Facebook account on Sunday. This was in response to an earlier post by Facebook user Amanda Chisom, who clarified that Erinne's ex-partner was not a white woman, as widely speculated, but Van Laere's daughter. Father-in-laws alleged in a Facebook comment addressing speculations surrounding his daughter's involvement. Van Laere provided chilling details of the incident. He wrote, "While my daughter was involved in a custody battle, I only became aware around 3 a.m. Nigerian time last Monday that the deceased held her and her children at gunpoint for 3 hours after losing the case. The nanny managed to escape and called the police, and upon their arrival, he shot himself." He further revealed that Erinne was facing 3 counts of kidnapping with a deadly weapon, each carrying a sentence of 25 years of life in prison. "I guess he decided to kill himself instead of facing the charges," he added. Despite the shocking nature of the incident, Van Laere expressed, including his statement, he acknowledged that the deep trauma the situation has caused for all involved. He thereby concluded by saying, "May his soul rest in peace. Everyone is a loser here. It is traumatizing for all, including me. No winners here." This is a long story. I'm sure most of us have seen this story on the internet. It is everywhere about a doctor who is 36-year-old Erinne in the UK who has taken his life, suicide. And everyone on the internet are saying that he lost his life or he committed suicide due to the charges that the court actually laid on him. Some other persons were saying, he was not in charge of his children, so he couldn't get that charge he wanted. The child support thing was too much for him and all of that. There's so much speculations online. So today we are bringing it to you people because I know there's a lot. I know Sharon has a lot to say about this. It is really sad. It is disheartening that we had to hear this. Like we lost a doctor. We lost also a citizen of Nigeria. And when we are hearing child support, by the way, we start thinking of things like this. Why child support? Are they not married? I thought they were married. Are they divorced at this point? Are they separated? Why looking for child support? Why, okay, the payment of child support, why is it causing trouble right now in the home? Why does one partner want to take over the children? Why is one paying child support and all of that? And you hear people saying, I wish you know now if I just jejely come back to Nigeria. Like, he shouldn't have taken his life. He's a promising young man. He's just 36. He's still very, very young. You know, he could also start a life if he cannot pay all of that sum and also come back to Nigeria. You know, we are ready to accept these people. So, Sharon, what are you saying about this?
Okay, it's really a sad one. I would say it's really, really sad. And to think of the fact that this woman is actually a Nigerian also. And both children, of course, they are Nigerians, but they are living in the UK. UK? Is it UK or US? I don't know. They are living abroad. I guess that's why the child support and all of that is a bit, you know, it's a bit burdened on the man. Because I heard he said he had to pay $15,000, right? That's a lot. But let's even talk about his profession. He's a doctor, and he's not a doctor in Nigeria. He's a doctor abroad. So I want to believe that they pay them quite a lot, because the money that this amount you pay for child support as a genital would be different from the money you pay for child support as a doctor. So I want to believe that they looked into his finances, they looked into his, you know, his salary and all of that before they fixed that particular amount for him to pay. Now, why would child support be the reason he took his life? It's really questionable. And let's even look at the, you know, the incident surrounding his death and all of that. He said, a statement came out that he held his wife or his ex-wife and two of his kids at gunpoint for 3 hours before finally taking his life when police were finally approaching that house. It's really sad. It shows that probably he had another intention. He had other intention, because holding your wife and kids and keeping them in that, you know, that state of fear, without even thinking of the fact that these children are just, you know, they are just growing up, and that can be traumatizing for them. He didn't think about it. He held them at gunpoint for 3 hours, and of course, you do not just hold people at gunpoint and be smiling at them. They might be threatening words. Lots of things might have just gone on throughout that 3 hours before he finally took his life. And taking your life in front of your kids, I don't know whether he had a vile motive towards his wife. Maybe there was this hatred he had towards the wife. I don't think child support was the main. It might just be what it stemmed up from there, but that's not the main reason. There are a lot of things, and of course they would not come out to tell you. There are a lot of things that are hidden, because you can't tell me child support is the only thing that made him, you know, take his life. Depression can be part of it. We can have mental disorder and all of that. There are a lot of things that, you know, added up for this particular doctor to take his life. And he was doing great. He was doing well. Or maybe he wasn't ready for divorce. Because paying child support, you know, divorce can actually just disorient you. You're just not okay. You are, you know, your partner is leaving, and she's not just leaving, she's living with the kids. So you're literally alone. And maybe he has tried to talk her out of, you know, divorce and all of that. It's a lot going on, and I wish that woman can come out to state whatever was going on in her marriage. She might not give us all the details, but she has the information to the reason why her husband took his life. And I wish he was alive now, but of course he's dead, and we can't say much about it. What is so terrible? What's so burdened on you that you had to take your life? And you did it in a very bitter and terrible way in front of your kids, meaning you do not even love those children. Forever, those children will be traumatized.
I really do not want to think about it that way, that he didn't love them.
But no, it shows that you see mothers in pain. They'll run. Have you not? I don't know if it has happened to you, but I've seen times when my mom was in pain. Maybe she's in labor, and she runs out. She doesn't want you to see her in that state.
Can cause. Sorry to cut you short, but I could remember there was a story. I remember I attended one program here, and one of the panelists were this real worry picking Anita Asokwa, and she was narrating how she almost took her life in the presence of her kids. Then her kids were still toddlers, and she almost took her life, and she was just being grateful to God who brought her back. She took sniper. She was going through hell as at that time. You know, that was when MMM was booming. She said she collected a lot of money, millions, that ran into millions. Then her husband, I think her husband lost his job also. The job was shaking her. She herself, she didn't have a job and all of that. So the whole thing, because she knows she had borrowed a lot from people and invested in MMM, and then she lost that deal. She was traumatized, she was depressed, she felt like taking her life, and she actually did. She said this day she just went out. They didn't even have a home anymore. She said she was squatting. I think she was squatting with a neighbor. And you know, when you are squatting with somebody, it's not even your family this time around. It's not going to be easy. She said sometimes they just drink Gary. She toddlers drinking Gary to sleep. So when she was narrating it, she said she couldn't see her children suffering because that was not the life she dreamt for herself. In the presence of her kids, the kids left school. Like, they weren't going to school again, toddlers. She couldn't afford their school fees. They couldn't afford the school fees. So she took the sniper in their presence. It's that she didn't love these children. She did. She knew how she... So sometimes I don't really want to outrightly say, oh, they don't love them. I really do not know. Sometimes, you know, this thing called depression can actually play with your mind a lot of times. And you don't even know when you do things or say things that you're not supposed to say.
You know, that is why we are not cancelling the fact that there was something wrong with that man before, because there is nobody. Well, I'm very shocked to hear about Rewari Pickens or deal with our children and all of that. But there's nobody in their right senses that want to, because trauma is a huge thing. See, trauma stays with you for the rest of your life. And I can imagine the this traumatic incident that happened and the experience that children they are going to have for the rest of their life.
I keep saying it.
So definitely the man was not okay upstairs. Depression can also mess with your mental health and all of that. So I want to believe that it wasn't okay, and that is why he did what he did. And it's just really sad. It's really sad because if this happened in Nigeria, I would say, okay, it's the economy situation. But this is a man that was comfortable. This was a man that was doing well for himself.
Another thing again, when we are watching or reading the father-in-law's comment on Facebook concerning this whole situation, the way he's putting it out looks like there's actually something wrong in the family. Like, he felt it was, I won't say comfortable, but the statement was looking like karma caught up with you. So, you know, the last part of the statement was saying, okay, nobody won, there's no winner here, there's no loser here. I also lost. You know, there's something going on in that family. That statement alone has actually brought them out. There's something going on in that family, and I think they need to look into that family, because you cannot, as a father and a father-in-law, you cannot just come out to say things like that. That means there is actually something bigger than us here that is going on in that family.
Of course, and I know lots of persons be anticipating the wife's, you know, comment, the ex-wife's comment. Yes. She needs to come out and say something. Maybe the family of the man will probe into the issue, because of course nobody will believe that my son was mentally down. That is why he did that.
Like there were statements like, "Oh, Erina wasn't married to this lady." Yes, you see statement like he wasn't married to the lady, he was married to a white lady. And again, the father came out to debunk that statement. The father-in-law came out to debunk the statement and said no, he was married to the lady. He even brought pictures. He showed pictures of the engagement, the venue where they, the traditional wedding, where they did the traditional wedding there in the UK. Also showed when the white wedding, where they did the white wedding in the UK, that this man actually legally married his daughter. So when people were saying no, he married a white lady, he said no, this person was actually married to my daughter. So this thing really happened. So we really do not know what must have happened in that family circle, what actually went wrong for a young promising man
36
with children
daughter
to take his life in the presence of his beautiful kids.
It's really sad.
A lot must have happened.
I hope those children are going to be taken to therapists that would help them. I thank God they are young. So if they keep going to therapists again and again, I want to believe that they'll just be okay. The traumatic experience they had would just lessen. Although it's going to be something for the rest of their life. Because whenever they ask, where's your dad? Where's your father? That incident will play again, over and over again in their head. But I wish them the best. And I just hope they are able to overcome, really.
They will. All right, we'll be going on a short break. And when we return, there's this interesting story for you. Please don't go anywhere.
Get ready for the unpredictable and also unconventional show, Random.
From trending topics to honest conversations and various social media platforms, Randoms and it all.
No topic is off limit, no comment is too weird.
Join me, Sharon Ajay, and my co-host,
Cool Phenomenal, every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m.
Buckle up and enjoy the Randoms Ride.
welcome back from that short, quick break. I hope you are enjoying the story. Well, we talked about Irina's death, suicide, a man who committed suicide, a young man, and we are saying may his soul rest in peace. Well, we have a beautiful young lady for this second session, and she'll be joining me to talk about this story, and her name is Chung Annabel Joseph.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure whenever you are here, because I know you always bring out your heart and you talk about things. So this particular story I'm about to share with you is something that I know you can relate with.
I can't wait to hear it.
All right, let's dive in. So a young man named Joshua took to his ex account to set his preference for a wife. In his preference, he highlighted the following. He said, the lady must be a virgin. That was number one. Number two, must not be older than 24. The third one, he said, must be doing well for herself financially. And also, dark skin is preferred. He further went ahead to state that money is not his problem, and also, he does not like fat girls. Nigerians have dropped their comments concerning his preference. But before we jump to their comments, so, Annabel, a lady who is 24, I don't know if you are above 24, you want to apply.
No, I'm 18. I'm not up to 24 yet.
Up to 24 and not fat and dark skin and doing well financially. What do you think about Mr. Joshua?
Okay, so let's start. The first thing is, I have a question. Is he a virgin?
Oh, okay.
That is one.
Okay.
Second of the question, I will still ask Mr. Joshua, how much do you have in your account?
Okay. He said money now water. Money is not the problem.
And the third is, you're talking about, a girl
Financial stability.
who is 24 in Nigeria, financially stable. And you now said money is not the problem.
Okay.
So how is you looking for a woman who is financially stable and then relating it to how money is like not a problem to you? He contradicted himself there. So I think the statement is, sorry, but then it's annoying me. How can you, for goodness sake, see like a young girl who you're supposed to be encouraging to go to school, we know how Nigeria is, probably abroad. The lady must have been probably done with school, and then even before getting done with school, maybe she's already doing well for herself. Do you get, because of the opportunities that are there? But then, when I saw this, when you were reading it and I was hearing it, and then the post itself, I just feel like I have a sister who is
that age too.
Do you get? She's not even that age, but then she's younger than that, and then. So I'm like wondering, what if it's my sister or something, and then a man will come and say she must be this, she must be that. You even have like you're trying to like make it look like you're the king of boys.
Too perfect.
Do you get? And I'm like, you're not even that cute. You're not even that fine. What do you have? What papers do you have? What level of education do you have? Do you get? What do you do? So let's know, I hope you're not, sorry, I'm not trying to throw shades at anyone, but then maybe you're a gym instructor. Who knows what you do? I'm not saying gym instructors are not good or they are not earning well, but they have this thing out here, they have the body, and they want to do like they are the cutest and all of that. And I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Because what you are even looking for, you're not even looking for a woman who is like, who has a good heart, who loves God, who is caring, who is exactly. But this woman can have all of these things and she's not going to give you that peace, because I feel you're just looking out for physical attraction, you're looking out for age, and you're looking out for someone who you want to show off to the world. You may not really get the wife you're looking for. That's all I can say. And I'm sure there are men who are like that. And when you go for that kind of mentality in a woman, then you might be lucky. But let me tell you that, like, going on the long run, the marriage might fail. Because you did not start the whole marriage foundation for yourself, not even for the woman, in a good way. So I will actually really plead with a lot of ladies not to get carried away with men who will come with the intention of deceit. If he brings out what he wants in a woman, then please don't rush into desperation, no. Also think of what do you want in a man.
Of
Maybe
course.
you want a man who is 6-inch tall.
have your own preference.
Maybe you want a man who has 10 million in his account.
Oh my
Maybe you want a man who is a doctor. Maybe please follow your heart and go with what works for you as well. So don't let the man just make his choose and make his pick. It's not like a man's world or a woman's world. I feel the two genders are all living together, so it's our world together. So if we are going to make choices, let's be able to make this choice together. When you make your choice, let the other person make their own choices.
So in a nutshell, you're not comfortable with Joshua's preference.
No. I don't think I have a problem with his preference per se, but I feel to me he's not even going the right way. Do you get? There are some things that we all say that when you say, I'm like, no, I like them men tall, I like them dark skin, you know. But you're trying to say a lady who is 24 years in Nigeria being financially stable when she's supposed to be in school. Do you get? Is she supposed to be in school?
Are done with school.
Yeah,
20, 21, 22.
Agreed.
But in this economy, financially stable.
How many young people genuinely at that age are having like a decent job?
You have also asked Joshua, do you have a sister?
Exactly, because how many girls at that age like have a stable job? If we're going to check the statistics, really, it's not easy.
And even if they do, how much is the salary? Then how much is the cost of things outside?
Do you get?
Because they have to take care of themselves.
Exactly. A lot of young ladies are trying to get into, entrepreneurship and doing other things for themselves, and then you're not even trying to appreciate. You're not even trying to say, okay, oh, the girl should have something to do, or she should at least be coming from like a good home and then have like a decent mentality. You're just going in for. I think what he wants is just he should reconsider it.
He should reconsider.
I think that's all I can say.
You heard from Chung Anome Joseph. Reconsider it, Joshua. This is a good advice for you.
Right.
But we're going on a short break, and when we return, we'll be reading those comments you want to hear. Let's go on a short break.
Get ready for the unpredictable and also unconventional show, Random.
From trending topics to honest conversations and various social media platforms, randoms and it all.
No topic is off limit, no comment is too weird.
Join me, Sharon Ajay, and my co-hosts.
On Logical Phenomenon every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m.
Buckle up and enjoy the Randoms Ride.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that little banter with Chung Anome Joseph. You know, she always brings the spark whenever she's around. Well, like I said, we're going straight to comments, and Sharon will be taking us on those comments concerning Mr. Joshua's preferences for a wife. You know, remember he said he wants them dark skin, 24, must be doing well for herself financially, money is not a problem, I do not want a fat girl and all of that. So let's see what people have to say concerning that. So Sharon, take it away.
All right, let's go straight into comments. If I'd seen this comment earlier on, I also would have commented. So I applaud those first people that dropped their comments. Let's go into it. So we have She's Prosperous. She said, why the fools? That's his preference. You all let him be. Okay.
It is his preference, honestly.
All right. So the next person is Ona Vivian Chidera. Ona Vivian Chidera says, doing well for herself at 24 with a question mark. A Nigerian lady or white with also a question mark.
Be a big
question mark because at 24 doing well, who knows? He knows what he wants and probably will get what he wants also.
Definitely.
All right, moving on, we have the king of the city. The king of the city says how women are allowed to set standards, but men aren't. Law. Una go see something from the end of 2025. Una go see something. He said, listen, self-awareness in men is growing rapidly. That's a good comment. Nobody is saying you should not be self-aware, or you should not have standards. But guy, you should know the kind of standards you are having. But that is my opinion, by the way. Moving on, we have lastly we have Olusola Jex. Olusola Jex says, money is not a problem for me. That's a red flag. You know, the quotes and unquote, money is not a problem for me. He said, that's a red flag. Money will eventually be the problem. And that's really true. For anybody to open their mouth and say
course.
money is not a problem.
It
In
will
this
definitely
world
be a
that we are
problem.
living in, money is just
Not a problem. Then why are you
Nothing.
looking for? Why do you want her to be financially stable?
Of course.
You understand? So I think eventually money will be the problem. So Sharon, let me ask you a quick question before we close the curtain for today. What are your preferences for a man?
Hey God, my list is long. I'm going to write on social media. I'm going to put a Google form, to fill a Google form.
What do you mean? So
I'm
you're going to
serious.
drop it like a website?
Yes, so you fill in. I'll get people to help me.
You see why
No time
it's
for
not
playing,
your Joshua.
please. Before 14th of February, I'm not in for play, but it's a long list.
The tall, dark, handsome, rich,
Hey.
must be a billionaire. Odogo,
A lot, a lot.
Anyways, this is where we close the curtains for today. Do not out at Global TV NG and watch randoms and other episodes. You can watch this episode and other episodes you have missed out. Then also you can also watch up-to-date news and other programs on Global TV NG. Well, like I said, this is where we close the curtains for today. I am August Kumobna and
Sharon Ajay, of
we are
course.
saying
Bye.